Keywords are basically the backbone of Google Ads on the search network. Like I said in other videos, this is basically how you determine who gets to see your ad based on what they're searching for. And keywords, they've gotten, I'd say, a little bit simpler over the last few years, but at the same time, they've gotten more complicated for different reasons. So I'm going to cover that in this section of the course, so it all makes sense, but a little bit of insight into how it used to be and now how it is now. But in this section, so we're going to look at keywords, and we're going to go more specific than that. We're going to look at what are the keyword modifiers and match types. So these quotes, these brackets, right? The ones without brackets, so exact match, phrase match, broad match. We're going to cover all of that. We'll even talk about what used to be. So like the broad match modified keywords. After that, we're going to look at search terms. Search terms are basically what happens after, basically how does the keyword relate to what actually showed up based on the modifiers and match types. We're going to look at negative keyword lists. I don't have any set up in this account right now, but we can play around with that and go through that whole process too a little bit. And then we're also going to look at keyword extraction. So basically, how do you know when to add more keywords to the account, basically, and how does that whole thing work and where do they go? Later in the course, we'll talk about when it makes sense to split them out into different ad groups too. We'll probably mention some of that in this section of the course as well. But for the most part, in this section, it's going to be keywords, keyword modifiers, the search terms that come from the keywords and modifiers, negative keywords, and the negative keyword modifiers we're going to look at. We're going to look at negative keyword lists, keyword extraction, workflow, and that'll be this whole section. And after that, we'll get into more specific stuff about the types of campaigns and how you would set them up and how the campaigns are structured. And so we'll go from there. But right now, it's keywords.